Hiya folks, Andy Wills. Alright, this morning, on this sunny February morning, on my Kawasaki Versys 650. I've had a look at other bikes and I thought, being as I've had this for nearly 2.5 years, do a little bit of a review as to how I've got on with it over the 2.5 years, the little mods I've made, and what I think of it. So I know some people, they have journalists, they go into press launches and stuff, they take it for a while around, but it's nothing like having a bit of a long-term test. So here we go, the Versys 650. 650 parallel twin. Now some of you are going to say at the minute, that's not a 6 Versys screen. No, it ain't. It's an MRA screen I've put on. I've found that the screen that comes with it to stop, the little Versys screen, it works well, but I have to have it in the highest position, stuck up in the air, and it looked not quite right, but I was still getting some a little bit of buffeting around the shoulders, because the original screen's like tapered, and this one with the visor on top, it works really well. I'm quite pleased with this, it's worth the money. The bike I bought was the Tourer, as people, if you're probably looking at buying a Versys, you'll know yourselves as the stock bike, the Tourer and the Grand Tourer. From the top bike, the Tourer, you get the panniers on the back. It has the little bags inside, which I don't tend to use. You get the handguards, which are the Kawasaki handguards. You get the tab protector as well. Now if you opt for the extra cash on the Grand Tourer, you get the top box. When I bought this, there was a gear shift indicator, which the newer models come with a gear shift indicator already on the LCD screen, so that's not an option, and the power outlet, which I fitted one myself to my bike. So living with the bike then, I've used this bike, I've been across to Germany on it, done quite a few trips to Wales, weekends, camping, a little bit of touring, stop at hostels or hotels and as such. Did the North Coast 500 for a week. The most I've been out for is probably about a week, and I've got to say I've had no complaints with it. I've got the motorway steady 80 mile an hour. When I'm out on the roads, I tend to stick to the speed limit a fair bit because of all the electronic devices and speed cameras around these days. And I've got to say, this really, you can't fault it. It'll go as fast as you want it to do, and it will not get you into trouble. You can exceed the speed limits quite easily if you're that way inclined. But the engine's responsive and everything. It's got a good fuel tank range, 21 litres, I'm returning roughly about 65 mpg. The big surprise I had with it the one day is I went to Wales out to Abu Dhabi, and I did a few variations on the way out around the lanes. I did over 200 miles on a full tank. I filled up in the morning on the way out and got all the way home. There's a lot of bikes that I've owned, the sports bikes, the litre bikes, all the rest of them, sports tourers. There's a lot of bikes that you'd have to fill up, so quite impressed with this. If you are thinking of doing some long distance touring and you want something that's sort of mid-range, it has got a good fuel tank range. The seat, it's a stock seat, made no alterations to it. The first time I rode this on the trip was when I went out to the dams in Germany, the Mona, the Ada, the Sorpa Dam. We got off the ferry in the morning at 8 o'clock and we did a 200 mile stint out to the Mona Dam. And when I got off my bike, I was so surprised because my bike before was a Z800, and that was only good for me for comfort for about perhaps about 100 miles, and then I was getting the wriggles big time. But this, I got to say, I got off the bike and I thought I could do that again. When we went up to Scotland, I did a 330 mileage up to Loch Lomond from where I live, and it was great. So in that respect, I've not ridden with a pillion, so I can't tell you how how it rides with a pillion, but obviously fully loaded with the two panniers, the top box upper on. It's a good piece of kit. Okay, so this is my Kawasaki Versys 650. Just run through a few bits and pieces I've added to the bike. The front mudguard extender I had fitted by Kawasaki. The Tourer version comes with the panniers. The top box I've fitted myself, the give you rack with the V47 Pannier system. Quite simple to fit. It's a bit cheaper than buying it from Kawasaki with all the other plates as well. The MRA screen I fitted myself. It does work really well, the MRA screen does. I've been quite pleased with that. The handguards, now the handguards came as standard with the bike, and these do deflect the wind really well. So when you're riding in the winter and commuting, it does keep all the wind off your hands and stops the wind chill, and it works really well. Now the Pannier system on this is a really nice touch, because when you look around the inside of the panniers there, it cuts in underneath the bike a little bit, so you get more room. And it's basically put the key in, pull that up, and then the pannier will slide off. The only thing you have to be careful with is that you take the right hand one off first, because if you've got a lot of weight in it, your bike could fall over. If you take the other side off, it could topple this way. The ground's not uneven. And if the panniers are full, just support them a little bit, because they rest on this little lug here. So if you just support them from underneath when you slide them off, it makes it all a lot easier to come off. So you just about make out under there, there's the rear hugger. It's all covered in muck at the moment. And the RNG bobbins I've purchased and put on. I found with the RNG ones, they space quite well away from the swing arm. Some of them are a lot smaller than that, and they rub your swing arm, so having that bit extra where they can clear the swing arm is really good. But yeah, there you go. What you get on the standard bike, on the Grand Tourer, on this, the 2015 model, is you get a 12 volt power outlet there. I've fitted that myself with the twin USBs, and it also comes with a gear shift indicator, which I can live well without, but the newer bike has the gear shift indicator inbuilt into the clocks there. As I say, I've used this for days out, for touring, and like today, it's in the winter, and I'm using this as a bit of a commute. Some of you are probably watching my other videos and know that I've got a scooter as well I use for commuting, but some days, when the weather's good, I like to get the old Versys out and give it a whirl. And that's where it ticks all the boxes for me. I can do everything on it. You don't want to use your big pride and joy for a daily commute if you've got like a big litre bike, a big adventure tourer, riding it out the city, something a bit mid-ranged, and this is where this really does slot in. It's good. The good tall riding position, helps you see through the traffic. And with it being a bit wider and the wide front end with the side-by-side lights and the fairing and everything, it has got a little bit of presence on the road to hope you'll be seen should you some of the car drivers, as we all know. So in that respect it ticks all the boxes again. So as we say, it works as my very much all round day to day, everything, holiday, whatever. The one thing I do with this, with my bike as well as my other one, my scooter as well, is that because I do use them all year round, is they do get a couple of doses of ACF 50. I wash them down at the start of the, right at the end of autumn, or in the autumn, get them sprayed up. They'll probably have a couple of 3 doses. I'll wash them down again like in the middle of the winter, and then towards the end of the winter as well. And it doesn't half make a difference at keeping the crud off and keeping them in a tip-top order. Some of the reports that I used to read was about the vibration through the bars and the engine coming through the bike and everything. Well, I'll let somebody chop my hands and feet off. I don't get to feel anything. You can tell there's the vibration in the engine because of the way that the power's delivered to the back wheel. You can feel, you get the gist of that. But when you're riding along with the bars and everything, with the rubber mounts that they put on the engine, the rubber mounts on the pegs, it is a really smooth power delivery, and you can't fault that at all. I don't get that when people moan about the vibes on this. So yeah, that's a look at the Versys 650. So I've had it for 2.5 years. I am pleased with it, and I should probably have it for another 2.5 years, if not more. Not a lot more I can say. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Andy Wills, and just remember, keep it upright and roll on the summer. Until next time, folks, catch you later.